Hey everybody, Jared Reitzin. This is Coffee Talk. And I'm here with Chip Strosnider, and we're drinking coffee. Cheers, Chip.
Cheers, Jared.
How's your coffee taste?
Fantastic.
So,
Really good. Look at the beautiful machine.
look at it. I mean, this machine's incredible. So we're here at HIMSS. There's a lot of people. The entire city is completely taken right now.
40,000.
40,000 people. Every hotel room, every cab. It's nuts, right? Biggest healthcare conference in the world. I'm excited to be here because I'm excited to be talking to you. A man that I feel is very innovative. I think that pushes the limits in the time that I've got to work with you personally at Kaiser Permanente, which is at this point, leading the charge in the healthcare space. Certainly as it relates to the member experience. You are with Kaiser Georgia, right?
I am. I'm with Kaiser Georgia. I'm their Director of Innovation Technology.
Yeah, I almost feel like you have to be like Chip Strosnider, College University of Alabama. Like you have to do like the college football. They say their name and their high school.
Georgia.
Georgia.
It's real simple, but I do a lot of national programs, specifically in telehealth and mobility.
Yeah. So talk to us about mobility because that's what we're here for, right? Health Watch. What have you done at Kaiser that really is pushing the mobility envelope, changing the patient member experience?
We're looking at member-reported data, wearables, units that are in Walgreens, in our supermarkets that you can get biomeasurements from. We'd like those back in the patient's medical record. So all of a sudden you're getting outside of our four walls and you're recording health data. It's not medical data, but it's health data, and that's a holy grail to patient engagement. We start with health, and then we keep you healthy. And it's a really important thing. We're seeing the explosion of wearables, and we don't know what to do with that data. Quite honestly, our docs necessarily aren't that interested in it, but our patients are interested in it, and our members are interested in it, and it's proven. I mean, I've lost 28 pounds in a year just walking.
By the way, I was going to say you look good.
Thanks.
I'm not just saying that.
But it's because I like competition. I'm kind of old now. I can't compete at a little golf here and there, but I can do 20,000, 25,000 steps a day, and it just burns calories. Kaiser is huge on walking. Huge. We really push it, and I'm here to tell you it's effective.
So what do you see as kind of the future right now as it relates to the wearables data? So I can get information about how many steps I take.
Sleep.
I can get sleep information. I can get calorie intake, all this great stuff. I always talk about this idea of passively collecting data, right? As I walk, I'm passively collecting data. I think that's the key to a really good user experience because I think if I have to do something, I immediately stop caring. Maybe talk to me a little bit about this concept of collecting data passively. Maybe what have you seen it coming out as it relates to wearable technology that will be able to collect data passively?
I think one of the most interesting ones is the Apple Watch.
I'm excited.
We've all ordered them, right?
Oh, absolutely. I've got a few coming.
But we don't know what we're going to do with them. We've got some ideas. We watched the videos. It's going to just set the industry on its hindquarters. We don't know what's coming. The question is, will it replace these types of watches? I'm old school. I love Rolexes, things like that. But if I can get more out of that watch, am I going to take this off? Is this going on eBay? Yeah. Most likely.
Yeah. So what could happen with this new health kit, the SDKs? If I'm a young entrepreneur, what could I do with that potentially? What kind of business models could run off that?
We've got to watch it that they're not doing technology for technology's sake. That's number one. The business models would be, the business models are the typical Gillette model. Give them the razor, they'll pay for blades. So, but what we really have to figure out is what models are different, what are innovative, what are gonna keep people engaged in their health and keep their doctors aware of their members' health. Because all doctors have panels. In Kaiser, our doctors are incented by the health of those panels. Obesity rates down, diabetes in control, asthma in control, and stuff like that. Now those doctors can get immediate feedback on those types of things and reach out and influence them. That's pretty cool. Now look at the SDK and say, okay, if that's the goal for real-time feedback from a clinician when you're out of a norm or whatever to keep you in a norm, how do you do that? What sensors do you use?
That's a great question. How do you? So if, let's say I sense my heart rate was going so fast I was about to have a heart attack, we could send that data back to a physician, right?
Absolutely.
But is it going to come to my doctor, or will it come to a nurse? Will it come to a smart system that makes the decision and then somehow gets a hold of the clinician? How does that
Ultimately, something like that. We're looking at literally clinical pharmacists monitoring panels.
Like sitting in front of screens. Like social media, like, hey, there was 30,000 tweets that just happened.
They could be, or they're alerted. I would rather see them alerted. And they're alerted to log in and look at this specific patient. Heart rate's up. Now, I don't think you're going to know it's a precursor to a heart attack because you're not going to have the sinus rhythms or anything like that. But you're going to say, wonder what Jared's doing now. Is he exercising? Probably not. It's 3 in the afternoon. That's not his pattern, because guess what you've got that data. You see his pattern. There's something going on with Jared. Nurse, we need to reach out to Jared.
Well, and I could certainly grab data from the accelerometer and the gyroscope, right, to find out what Jared or Chip has been doing that day, and I could potentially reward that person if they're just doing a fantastic job of keeping up that pace and doing.
Gamification is huge.
That's what I wanted to ask you about.
That's what stickiness is all about. Gamification. Even my 85-year-old mom likes to get stars for Starbucks and get a free cup of coffee. She's into that. She'll buy me a cup because she's one down. So she'll get a cup and me a cup, and now she gets a free one. She's so happy.
So what do you think? And maybe it's not. This isn't like I'm going to ask you to make a prediction on the only thing that will work. But what is that prize, right? Because we're all humans, and humans need incentives in life. Psychologically, we need incentive to do something. What's the prize that you think, from a health perspective, we could give a consumer? Is it an Amex type store? Is it a pink dinosaur sticker that I get? What is it?
No, I think it's something like a $25 gift card to Whole Foods. Something where you're going to get high quality, good food, healthy food. So you're incenting them to stay in shape. You're incenting them to do better.
So who pays for that? Because it's always the insurance company goes, we want you to pay for it, and the provider goes, we want you to pay for it. Now you guys are an integrated model, so it seems like somebody is going to have to pay for it.
Ultimately health plans, because health plans are incented to keep their populations healthy. In Kaiser, we have the reverse model. We're not a pay for performance, so we're not trying to run 1 million tests on you to run up the bill, if you will. We're trying to do the right tests at the right time to keep you out of the hospital or healthy. So in this case, insurance plans, we heard from Humana's president. He is changing his model a bit to incent healthier lifestyles. Well, that's interesting because he makes money on how many claims that his member submits. But he's turning it upside down a bit. He's got, 40% of his plans are healthy incented plans. We're seeing this from employer groups too. Kaiser's engaged with many, many employer groups nationally, large national corporations, in their employees' workforce health. These organizations know that if we can get 10 pounds off, an average of 10 pounds off his whole workforce or their whole workforce, their sick days are reduced 20%.
That's amazing.
And they're waking up to that because it's not the impact on their healthcare costs as much, it's the impact on their productivity.
All right. Well, hey, Chip, it's been awesome talking with you. Thanks so much.
It's always good to speak.
Do you have any last words for mhealthwatch.com viewers?
Engage in your health. Engage in mHealthWatch.
And engage in engagement for the sake of engaging. All right. Peace.